And for the people of Greece and for other members of the European Union. Let's go to Athens and join our business correspondent, Joe Lynam. Morning, Joe.
Good morning to you, Bill. Over my shoulder is the Greek Finance Ministry. That was where Yanis Varoufakis was the boss until this morning, until he posted an excoriating blog saying that he basically was unloved by his Eurozone partners, and as a result, to aid the negotiating process, he was stepping aside. It is a major dramatic development given the fact that Yanis Varoufakis said that he would only resign if there was a yes vote. He got a very overwhelming and resounding no vote, and he still stepped aside because I think it might help the negotiating process. Well, let's have a little bit more of a talk about this with two people who know a fair bit about it. Miranda Zaffa is an ex-board member with the IMF. You're from Greece. And Nikos Tsverkos is a journalist here in this country with a national newspaper. Thank you both very much for joining us. Miranda, your thoughts first on the vote last night. What do you think?
I think the vote is largely irrelevant because Greece faces the same choices today than it faced yesterday. Either reform and bring its public finances in order or leave the Eurozone. Now, Mr. Tsipras has promised to bring a better deal and reopen the banks within 48 hours. I think it will be very hard for him to achieve either of these. And I believe conditions on the ground will deteriorate much further before they improve, hopefully, if there is a deal.
Yeah, that's a pretty bleak picture painted there by Miranda, who was with the IMF. Nikos, you've been following the story very carefully. You've just spoken to your sources in the Syriza party. Is it significant that Varoufakis, the finance minister, has stepped down?
Actually, right now, Varoufakis was, let's say, the main person who attracted the most criticism amongst the other Eurogroup ministers. The fact is that actually Varoufakis had made some really harsh decisions, but also he has attracted much attention on the media level. So actually right now Tsipras and the Prime Minister and his government want some, let's say, low profile in these negotiations, and that's why they chose to have a, let's say, a divorce with Mr. Varoufakis and his in the Ministry of Finance.
Very briefly, do you think Greek voters expect now the austerity to go away now that they voted no?
Actually, they don't expect to go away, austerity to go away, but they actually expect some dignity in the decision making in Europe, in the European Union and in Eurogroup. And actually that's the main importance of this vote, of this outcome of this referendum. The fact that in spite of the huge propaganda produced in the last days, the Greek people actually voted no to austerity, no to these measures.
One quick question, Miranda, with you. You were with the IMF. What will the thinking be now? The Greece has voted no. It's defaulted on a payment. I know the default word is not used in the IMF. What will the thinking be now in Washington with IMF?
I think the effort now would be to try and put together a brand new program, not the same one that was on the table a week ago, within 2 weeks, so that Greece does not default on a payment due to the ECB on July 20th. If Greece defaults to the ECB, then the ECB cannot continue to accept collateral from a bankrupt sovereign, and that would mean the collapse of the banks.
Yes. Miranda and Nikos, thank you both very much. As you can see, it's not a great picture here with a yes or a no vote. And let me just give you one final thought we're learning from my colleague Norman Smith. He's saying that the UK government has been in touch with UK citizens if they wish to move their bank accounts from Greece to UK banks, if they are worried about the future of their own finance.